This is like this to me is like my solo queue games where all the boys pick full AD. There's a Z mid, you know, Tristana bot, and you just have to win by 15 minutes or it's done.
Yeah. Now I will say it is better to be full AD than full AP.
True.
But it still feels very tough. Phase rush on Maple, so see a different rune in this matchup every time. But I do like it. And everything else looks pretty normal.
This seems like how Leona struggles to go in against Poppy, as does Rel, as does Jax, and as does Tristana.
Yeah, feels so hard. You've got to engage on this Jace and the Kai'Sa before they poke you out. They've got an Ivern and a Poppy to peel them.
Gemini and Kaiwing tied for most games in the PCS, I saw.
Yeah, okay. I guess they started playing at the same time. Ooh, being looked at. But nothing comes of it. They do just drop the ward. No sweepers here, so that ward will stand.
That means they've played the exact same amount of playoff games.
Yeah, I was just thinking
right?
that. Yeah.
Wow. That's kind of an interesting stat. I guess it could be different amount of playoff games and different start time, but ultimately, on the exact same day, hitting the exact same amount of games played, and it's the most in the PCS. Pretty impressive. Now, Rel looking like clearing down, perhaps, from her Raptors.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go towards the red.
I would expect most.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I think both junglers will do 3 camp and path down. Don't think there's any point looking towards this Jax Poppy matchup.
Junjia doing 0 camps and going down.
Oh, okay.
What's he going to smite? Does he smite the... Probably
I think he
red.
smites these, doesn't he? Oh, no, he smites the red, I guess. Okay. I'm never up to date with the Ivan clear.
Yeah, Ivan clear... I think Ivan probably has... Okay, just... He doesn't smite at all. Maybe saving it so he can look for a double crab?
Yeah, no, I do not know the Ivan clear whatsoever, so we'll see what he ends up doing. I guess smite blue now. That's the new prediction. We'll just keep predicting each camp until he does it.
No, he doesn't have to smite, because it's all...
Oh, true, yeah, I keep forgetting.
Nice and
prepped.
Yeah, that's right.
He just comes and gobbles them
I wonder
up.
if he just invades and looks to smite away one of the enemy camps. I don't think so. I don't think you have time anymore.
What a weird champ.
Yeah.
I just realized we're watching the 2 junglers clear side by side.
We haven't
I like
done this
that.
before. This is good.
Yeah.
Especially when it's 2 pretty unique junglers, you'd have to say.
Well, both of them will be ending their clear on the bot side, so it feels like bot lane is going to be the battleground. I'm not sure who's going to end up getting this scuttle.
Junjia a lot quicker, though. He still has his smite available. In fact, finishing his clear at like the 3 minutes and 5 second mark.
Smites the Krugs. Yeah,
trying to compete
that's
with the
very
likes of Evelyn and Karthus at this stage.
Okay, so he's going to be entering the river already.
Way quicker.
Prio feels like it's better for PSG. Don't have the mid prio, but the bot proximity and prio feels like it's a bit better. Maybe even looking at
looking
his
for
glove.
it. He does have a smite available, I think. Yeah, he does.
Is he going to go?
No, he's just
gonna
battling
poke
for
him.
now.
How annoying is this?
I think this is actually... It makes Gemini use flash. I mean, smite. So it should be a double crab for Junjia now.
Yeah, he can... Oh, can he cross mid, though?
I think so. Rel is behind him.
Maybe.
Oh, he's actually just looking for a gank.
I don't think he'll find anything, but I think he uses this to allow himself to cross. Oh, maybe he will, though.
Yeah, that's nice. Bit of poke landed from Maple. Rel is in the area. Gemini.
Oh, he landed it.
Yeah, trigger seed. We'll go. Wako going down. Meanwhile, it is Chelsea and Shun picking up themselves first blood. Does go onto the Leona. Woody going to flash away, so he'll remain safe. But second time this season, we have seen Wako ended very early on in this lane.
Yeah, kind of very reminiscent of that Beyond game with Wako going down very early as well. Lost both his sums and still died. Woody, he might be being looked at
Woody,
as well. No flash.
Is he going to be able to CC? He does manage to land the CC on Shao C, and Wako is in the area, but it is going to be juggled well enough. Wako won't be able to find anything. In fact, you feel like Wako has to be extremely scared here because ultimately Gemini's still full health.
Yeah, I think without sums... Okay, looks like he'll be okay. But yeah, not a start PSG wanted. You kind of feel like if you can keep this early game slow, your comp should just kind of beat them.
Yeah.
But if you do fall behind in lane, if you do fall behind in this early game, you won't get those items in time. And it looks like this was a proactive play starting off from PSG's side. And unfortunately, just so much damage that comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a good start for Wako. Now, I think he's still fine. Like, I think their bot matchup is still very playable. But it's not the acceleration that they wanted, although Wako, no sums, needs to be careful. He's going to take a lot of chunk here.
Yeah, he's not going to die, but is taking a lot of damage.
It wasn't as much as I thought,
Void
actually.
Seeker, I don't know if it hit, but if it did, it should have done a fair amount of damage as Maple goes for a trade here. Well, that's annoying. Bomb just finding no damage whatsoever.
Yeah. Once again, Jace going for the tier longsword. I think the Dirk Rush has looked better into tier. Oftentimes you can't get both though. Have to pick and choose. Gia just putting these camps on cooldown. Bringing himself to a nice lead.
There's a bit of a jungle gap. He has a camp lead.
Certainly does, and now Gemini in this bot river, sweeping out. Might look to pick Junjia here, but it doesn't feel like anyone's around. Xiaoxi is walking up. Ignite is up soon. Gonna sweep again. They know this area is safe. Gonna clear out this pink. Makes Maple have to play just a bit safer.
I think the one thing that can be said in favor of CFO is that, at least for the earlier stages of the game, there's going to have to be Merc Treads coming through for a lot of PSG, just for that tenacity. Obviously later, I feel like once you get some armor, you don't really need to get that tenacity bonus, but maybe even Poppy can just give it a miss anyway. But at least for the likes of Woody and Jinjir and whatnot, although Jinjir going with City makes sense, but Maple perhaps needs to get the Merc Treads against the Leona and the Ral.
Yeah, I wonder if he can just play his range well enough for it not to be a problem. We'll see. See what he ends up going for. I think he can. I mean, you can play very long range as Jace in this game.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got such a beefy front line in front of you.
Ooh, are they going to look for another dive? I don't think they should be able to.
No, I think this probably will be looking towards Drag and maybe Herald after. If you're PSG, I think giving up the first Drag is completely fine.
Yeah.
Probably do want to contest the Herald, though, which should be very possible given that Arja is doing a great job in this top matchup.
Yeah.
And I wonder how good this actually is for CFO. I mean, first Drag obviously is very nice and something the CFO is known for. But it does mean you're investing a lot of tempo into this that is tempo not used on Herald or diving bot. Now, I wonder if they will just go from this Herald or from this Drag back to bot. I feel like giving up your top side probably isn't worth it. But at the same time, you can't really contest the Herald. So this feels like it's a slower early game from CFO, despite the fact they still get the Drag early. And I'm not sure if that's what they want. I feel like they kind of need to speed things up.
Yeah, Jinjia. He is actually able to solo this relatively quick with the usage of Daisy here. Should be able to tank up this Rift Herald nice and easy for him. Gemini's still on the bot side. He has had his entire top side up for the last 2 or so minutes. Gonna take away this red buff, but
Yeah,
red buff definitely not worth.
I mean, I kind of like it if they can split the map and force some sort of dive. I think if the only thing they get for this is the red, then you're not too happy about it. But if you can continue to pressure this bot lane, then that's very good. Now, Jinjia, he's not going to go into the top side. He's going to base and cover bot lane instantly. So he wants to just keep this game slow, not worry too much about the camp lead in jungle, just wants to allow his bot lane to CS.
Nice.
I think this is a very smart move. I think trading off your bot lane like this, well, it wouldn't be good.
I think giving over the gold is fine because ultimately you'd probably lose more had you have given up the Herald. Like obviously it doesn't feel good to be Wako in this instance, but the team in general isn't going to suffer too much for this. As maybe they will now.
They're still being forced away.
Yeah, but now with Jimmy and leaving, they should be able to walk up to their tower.
Yes, I think now they get confirmation that Jimmy is no longer there.
Oh, Arza.
He's doing a great job up here in the top lane.
Gets out rest.
Oh. Needs to be a little careful now, perhaps, but still has pretty big health lead.
No, he's good. I think, in fact, Rest has to be careful.
Yeah, null from Rest as well. And CS is going very in Arja's favor.
Yeah, almost insane how far ahead this guy is.
Something about these line pick Jaxes.
Jimmy holding his jump, knows as soon as that knockback is used, he'll be able to commit it, but so much damage coming down, he's actually have to commit Flash.
Yeah. Big damage out of Maple, forces that Flash. Jimin is going for the Kraken. So not even the Shiv for AP. I mean, I kind of get it. Kraken to somehow kill this Poppy. But also, I feel like we'd just rather have an Azir in this game, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it feels like CFO finding themselves a little bit of gold here early, especially in that bottom lane. But how much does it matter? Because, I mean, Azir finishes his Sunfire cape now, so no one's doing damage to him for the rest of this game.
He's gotten 2 plates already as well. Now with Mythic completed, should probably be getting even further ahead in that top lane.
Pretty much the main guy on the map you don't want to get ahead is ahead.
Yep.
Which feels terrible, because, I mean, you'll be able to hit, you'll be able to auto-attack as Tristana and Xayah in this game, at least on the Poppy, but those auto-attacks aren't going to be doing a whole lot.
Bot tower is down to only 2 plates, though. Has been punished a lot from CFO. They still have a Herald, and I wonder where do they want to use it. It feels like, honestly, putting more gold on the Poppy could be a play.
Yeah, not often you'd say that, but in this game, Poppy is the carry, but not through your traditional sense.
He is definitely not killable. Alternatively, I think accelerating the Jace could feel really good, and maybe that's where Genji is going to look now. He is around mid. A lot of members around mid.
Rest trying his hand in combat here. Also is not going the AP build, so not that there really is a meta AP build, but Rest comes up with his own meta sometimes.
He does. He randomizes his items, and it looks like Herald will get a crash. Well, that gold did go on to Ivern, and honestly, I don't think that's really a bad place for it to be either.
Ivern does mean the armor on Azir is worth even more.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, might even be better than the Jace, at least in the short term. Like, I think Jace getting 3 items quicker would be nice, but for those short-term skirmishes, I think the gold and the Iron might be more impactful. And CFO, I think their way to close out this game will just be to stack dragons. I think if this game goes to kind of 3 items, playing for those 5v5s, they shouldn't feel favored. But if they can get a Drag Soul, maybe that could be it.
Yeah, but what Drag Soul can you really want? You're losing the Ocean here, which is probably the best against Poke.
Yeah, I think you just hope for Infernal and just to have more damage.
Or Hextech, maybe?
Yeah, I could see it.
That slow can be pretty nice.
Okay, PSG, they're in the river early. I'm not sure if they actually want to fight this. I think they just want to slow it down. I'd be very surprised to see them look to start it. But just slowing down CFO from starting it feels good. And now, it's going to be a 3rd plate taken top.
Yeah.
Arja.
This Poppy is going to be a massive problem.
Yeah,
Rest can't even stand near her.
He doesn't have TP either, and he's like half HP.
Yeah.
No jungler attention nearby. He's in a bit of trouble here. Maple, he's got the Dustblade completed. Very spiked at this time. And this is really good for PSG. If CFO cannot start this drag...
Oh, Jinjia. Okay.
If CFO cannot start this drag, and the lanes are just slowly going in PSG's favor, and the game remains slow, this is so good. Oh, Maple.
Gemini in the wings. Maple, you do not want that. That is going to be flash used from this Jace to get away. It was Rel ult.
Yeah.
So that does make... I almost feel like that favors, at least in the very short term, favors PSG, because Rel without her ult, far less valuable than Rel with it.
Yeah, definitely. I actually like that. I feel like now CFO, they have a hard time contesting. They're going to try, though.
Yeah, Waku does have static, and it is going to be teleport here coming in through Rest, but it is going to be keep his verdict coming through. You may have teleported here, but you've lost your AD carry. And now Maple picking up 1. You aren't going to get back here as CFO, and in fact, PSG looking for a fight. They don't even need their armor items. It is going to be walked away from as Blast Cone will not pull anyone into the PSG team, but picking up that dragon, I think, is almost leading to this game being done. I mean, gold equal, but you are on such a timer, and it feels like 15 minutes in, that time has almost elapsed.
Yeah, I think PSG, despite the goal being even, are so far ahead now, and this was really well executed by PSG. They've gotten the Rel out already, and Arja comes in with the flank, manages to knock 2 out of this fight. Importantly, the Xayah as well. It's a lot of that damage missing, and it becomes a 2v5 in the pit here. Jimmy managed to do a little bit of damage at the end, but what? He gets Arja to half HP, and that's all his damage gone. And I think very worrying here for CFO that they can't win fights, because they're not gonna get any easier. Obviously, didn't have the Rel ult, but I honestly think even with it, with how good the Poppy ult was, I don't think it would have mattered.
No. Junjie very happy with himself. I think actually Gemini was altered away as well.
He was.
It was Gemini and Shun, so yeah. I don't know. Things looking dire here as Poppy now has picked up her Bramble Vest as she heads towards the Thornmail against this full AD team comp.
Yeah, and it's so weird to say things are looking dire when the gold is like perfectly even.
Yeah.
The dragons are perfectly even, but it can't be understated that the CFO comp is lacking in AP damage completely. Now, it doesn't really matter until all those armor items start to come in, and they're not here yet, but Arja, like, he's the front line, and he's getting towards them, and there's not really anyone that can kill him. Yeah,
I find it really weird that you've picked this Jax, you've put so much priority, blinded it, picked it fourth, just to pretty hard lose your own lane and force your team to be full AD. When Rest, very, very good on the cannon. Could have just picked that.
Yeah, and I think as well, they did that so that they could keep their support jungle flex alive. But it felt like we never really got anything out of it, right?
No.
Like the Leona versus Nautilus matchup, it's not exactly the... Like, it's fine, but it's not the red side 5P that you're looking to kind of come in and win the game. So I think, again, CFO kind of make things difficult for themselves. Admittedly, they're a very good team, very good players. So oftentimes they make up for it. And they're going to pull slightly ahead in gold here as they get that bot tower. It's the first one. It will be matched by Argen top and another Herald going the way of PSG. Would expect this one to go towards mid. But man, Arja getting gold is so scary.
Yeah.
He's going to have so much armor.
And
He's at
this
187 already.
Yeah, and this guy's just getting everything he wants, so...
Ooh.
Oh, Chimian.
Looks for a little hop on the bot lane. Doesn't find too much.
Yeah, wow. I mean, those Jace Qs are already hitting fairly hard considering Muramana not even near completion.
Yeah. And it feels like any form of... You need a lot of things here as CFO. You need lifesteal and you need armor pen, but it's very difficult to get that, you know, until you have 4 items. And I think by that point, PSG are also going to be, you know, very scaled, right? The Kai'Sa working on the Nashes next.
I just have my doubts that armor pen is going to matter that much when you are just only having to build armor. Like, generally, as the Poppy here, you'd at least have to get 1 MR item, which means you get a little bit more value out of that armor pen because they have less armor, so you are just going to do a little bit more damage. But when you can just build straight up 5 armor items, there is no real piercing this Poppy. I mean, you can see, she doesn't care. No one on this team, except for Woody here, cares about any form of tenacity. Opting in for those plated steel caps, which, when your entire damage again comes from auto attacks, well, I don't like your chances.
Yeah. 40 seconds, though, on a very important drag. I think CFO need to contest this one. PSG, they haven't quite hit their spikes. Although, it is CFO, no 2 items on any carry here. So I think this is still a very close fight. PSG, though, they already have position. They dropped the Herald on mid. I think this should be the mid-tier 1 going down. And I feel like CFO, given their current position, might even be giving this one up.
Are they giving gold to Woody for his armor?
Maybe.
I actually don't even hate that as an idea.
Big poke.
Yeah, accelerated shock blast will find 3.
I think CFO already can't contest this, and this is becoming a problem. They can trade back gold onto top lane, or can they? Because it feels like Poppy might just be undivable. I can clear the wave, so PSG slowly but surely doing what they do best, just pulling ahead. And
yep, that's no gold for you there, Rest.
yeah,
Sorry,
wow,
pal.
so no trade at all. Maybe they can look towards mid-tier 1. I'm not even sure they can get there in time.
They're going to get this tower, though, eventually. Jimmy in here now will be able to pick it up.
Okay, well, they at least get something. They're actually getting good damage on mid as well. I think leaving Jinjir to solo this for this long has kind of been not that great. Although, poke landing and Arja's around.
Looking, oh, flash engage found by Woody. Lands a knock up there from that dredge line onto 3. And it's going to be Wako ulting into the background. Killer's instinct. He's going to kill Xiaoxi. And Chimian, oh my god, not Chimian, sorry, it's Shun gets absolutely annihilated by that shock blast from Jason. Attention towards the Baron now as Azi actually teleports to save that inner turret.
Yeah, I think PSG, they're just going to get this Baron basically for free. Ivan can tank it forever. I don't think there's enough damage from the side of CFO to try and stop this. Can't see a way for Gemini to really get into this pit.
No. Oh, Maple
my God.
goes
Wait,
over
what?
the wall. That's the Ivan Q, baby.
Yeah.
Here he comes.
He just goes straight
They
over.
can't kill this Rel eventually, surely. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
The auto's got him. And they did manage to trade back bot tower here.
He's going to go for a 2v1. I honestly favor him.
Yeah, no, he wins this, no doubt. It's not close either. Jimmy is just dying to the bramble fist.
Yeah. Oh, this is so insane, man. How do you get into champion select here and just forget magic?
No, I don't know. Tale of water and juice, I think. But RJ, he flashes onto Shun. And when the Rel ult is being used defensively like this, you know you're in big trouble, right? If you're just using it to peel and your backline probably doesn't even out DPS, you're in big trouble. And damn, the damage coming in from PSG. And once again, we say this about the Jace Kai'Sa every time, but champs that not only can poke, but probably out damage your DPS carries, those champs are a little OP.
Then they are.
And I can't believe they were given over, right? Like, I really don't think... What was it? Tristana Xayah is worth Jace Kai'Sa. I think there's just no universe.
Well, the entirety of PSG's comp is actually just Exodia. I think literally, at least this is my personal opinion, the only way this comp would be better is if it had a Malphite. I swear if you have a Malphite, it's so broken.
But I think Poppy, like, it gives them the winning lane, right? Like, Arja basically just destroyed Rest in the 1v1, got 3 plays. Now looking...
Oh, onto Woody. That's not who you want. Everything is used onto Woody, and he is still full health. Actually, he's going to go down. Jimmy does find it as Maple does jump in there. We'll have to use Phase Rush to get out, but now it's Wako's time to shine. He's also going to flash out, actually. Chelsea, though, Azi only just arriving. It is Raid Boss. Will be able to pick up Chelsea. And now, attention towards this bot tower as Wako gets exceedingly low. No mana available.
Yeah, nice damage traded back from CFO. I think we'll put a stop to this PSG Baron, at least for now. But it's like, what
are you gonna do to this
time are you
guy?
buying for yourself? Yeah, it doesn't. You're not going to get any items that are suddenly going to make a difference, right? Like CFO's carries, they kind of have to look towards Armor Pen right now. But if you have no sustain versus Jace Kai'Sa, if poke lands, you can't fight. So they're in so much trouble here. I'm not sure how CFO are going to find their way back into this. It feels like all the avenues have already closed. There's no drag win condition. They kind of need to somehow get some really lucky kills and get a Baron off it. It feels like that's really the only thing that'll do it. And even then, I'm not sure if that would be enough. PSG now sieging down mid. This is where the poke really shines, where you can just non-stop poke and the engage. It feels like it can't come out. There's so much disengage from PSG as well.
Importantly, Wako doesn't have that W upgrade just yet, so...
Oof, Gemini loses a lot of his health.
Yeah, and Azi can just stand in front of this tower.
Yeah. Oh, engage.
Soliflare will come out, lands onto Maple. He doesn't have flash available, and so much is coming down. It's going to be a 3-man, at least for now, on the magnet field. Does manage to pick up the kill onto Maple, but look at how much damage they're doing to Azi. I'll tell you how much it is. It's 0. And that'll be Chelsea going down.
Yeah, I mean...
there's actually no damage onto this Poppy.
Yeah, that was crazy. They do kill Maple, who is positioned very aggressively without flash, but... That's it, you know?
It's Mountain Soul. Oh, no.
Oh, the worst soul. Oh, my. Yeah. I want to see Poppy's armor at the end.
I want to see Poppy's armor when the Jack show's procced as well.
Yeah, true. Now, it is armor pen being worked on for Jimmy, but I don't think it's going to matter. Ooh.
Okay, I don't know what happened there, but it is going to be the Xayah ult. Jimmy jumping in. Junji having to flash away. He should be taken out.
Ooh.
Actually, he's going to get
escape.
Oh, he does get away. Picks up a camp for his efforts. As Maple landing the poke, does look like they will be able to look for something. Woody does manage to land that dredge line. Is going to find the kill here on Gemini as Azi, the raid boss, is just going to take out Shun. Shun would have killed himself eventually there to those auto attacks, but where are you going, Rest? There is a Poppy here. You may have Leona, but that's not going to matter. As Jimmy in 2 will be chased down. Azi just jumping on the tower. Yeah, nice damage. Looking for their kill onto him. It's going to flash away, but now you've overcommitted, and now it's Maple turning up. Will find 1 kill, looking for a second. Chelsea tanky enough in his own right. Will have to commit flash, though. And wow, this Poppy is just 1v2ing under tower.
She is.
Did have to flash away, admittedly.
Yeah, it was the Ignite, the true damage, the only thing that could deal with him there. But wow, it feels like PSG are kind of just finessing CFO. And, well, I think they're playing a bit better. I think Draft has a lot to do with it. Jimmy, he got a lot of damage there onto Jinjia, who managed to get out. And now, you know, with so much burned, the rest of PSG can kind of just chase down. There isn't enough there. And I think Shun, I didn't see his HP at the start, but I think he might have just been soloed out by RJ, who is still full HP. And that really says something, I think, about the state of this game, especially when there's only more armor coming through, not just from the items, but this Mountain Soul that's being worked towards.
I think at this stage, Shun or Jimian auto-attacking Aze will do more damage to themselves than to him.
It might be. And Jimian, he's in a rough spot. He buys a Vamp for the poke, which delays his armor pen even more. But realistically, even if he gets the armor pen, feels so tough.
That is Mountain Dragon number 2.
Yeah.
You almost feel bad that you picked up the first dragon now because PSG are going to get 3 instead of 2.
Okay, PSG taking control of this top jungle. Baron's up in 9 seconds, and I think they can start it pretty easily. Just force CFO to fight them. Oh, the poke is landing.
That was like 6 or 7 feathers went through Woody.
Oh.
And his shield blocked all of it, and wow, yeah.
Okay, he managed to thread the needle.
Is going to be hitting here.
I think this is just gone.
Done.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way you can get to this in time.
Woody,
Can he even kill Woody in time? He's got 150 armor.
Yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't have
that.
a lot of HP.
The thing is, PSG also pretty capable of just getting over that wall, especially if Jinjia lands a Q. In fact, it will be the Keeper's Verdict hit out here, as well as Nautilus ult committed.
Yes, sends him home. And that wasn't even close.
No.
PSG just managed to grab that. Now, Rest, he's got an Abtome. He's finally solving the issue. But I think it's a little too late, and I'm not sure what that could possibly be.
It'll be Zonya's.
Yeah, but it feels like it's nowhere near enough, right?
No.
Damn.
No, I don't. Look at Az's item. He's going to be finishing up on either the Thornmail or the Randuin's. Bit of a 50-50, but...
Hey, why not both? I guess the game won't go long enough, but... Armor pen is now completed for Shun.
Does it matter? I think perhaps not.
No.
Especially because you have no lifesteal, so...
Yeah.
Maple or Wako landing their poke on you means you can no longer fight anyway.
Yeah, it kind of feels like you need 4 items to really put this game in a playable position. Not even a good one.
I don't know if playable. I think that's even a stretch, unfortunately, at this stage. It really does just come down to draft, though. I don't even think the execution from CFO has been particularly bad. They just don't have the damage sources to do anything.
They lose 1 tier 2 in PSG. They definitely want more. Up 3k gold with his Baron so far. Pressuring on bot. Their double poke is well and truly scaled. And it feels hard for CFO. They need to find an engage before the poke lands. But what engage can be found? I mean, look how far back the Kaita and Jace can play. There is no way to engage on them unless they overextend.
Oh.
Rest, half HP.
How are you supposed to play this?
It's unplayable.
Arzi just stands up in the front. Woody on the side looking for anything as Maple, not even on your screen, still finding damage.
And it feels like you just rinse and repeat here as PSG.
Yeah.
Just keep rotating around, work on one tower at a time. As long as you stay grouped, there's no one that can possibly touch you.
Rest doing a little bit of damage to Arze. Divine Sundra helping a smidgen, but Keeper's Verdict coming out. Will hold. Oh, actually commits it. Doesn't land, though. But it should just be this tower going down in any case.
Yeah.
Oh, will be the hook landed. Rest does go golden, and it is actually Gemini who finds 3. The Blade Caller comes through, but doesn't find enough damage to really mean anything. As you're seeing, everything committed, but there's still so much health here for the side of PSG. Woody copping the bomb from Jimmy and then just walking on out.
Yeah, now I wonder, is this going to be a TP back from Arja, or are they just going to full reset? Looks like they will full reset. And man, it feels like the Ivan Shield's really just adding insult to injury here. Okay, he's got a Randuin's now on Arja. He's got 420 armor.
Wow.
Perfect. Okay.
That's another tower going down for this man.
Yeah, they only got 1 wave left of Baron.
Does it matter?
I think they'll back away after this one, but now looking towards that Mountain Soul.
Yeah.
And I think, CFO, you have to contest this, but can you even get there? I'm not sure. I mean, you've got to go through a lot of poke to get there.
Mountain Soul feels like it's the end of the game.
I think the game ended a long time ago.
Admittedly, in my solo queue games, in a game like this, if there's ever one way to come back, it is to give soul and try and get the Elder. Okay. And I actually feel like, as CFO, that is about your only chance. Because I think even if you get Baron, you just lose a team fight anyway.
Yeah. And Maple, poke, if he can land it on Shun, doesn't really have a lot of lifesteal. Might have Bloodline. That's about it. And now I think PSG can slowly rotate across. But maybe don't even want to look towards the drag. They're trying to pressure this last tower. And Arja, hey, he's been looked at. Not taking a lot of Damaskis.
Ooh, Maple. Now that is a lot of Damaskis.
Yeah, looking at this last tower.
Jimmy
Poke lands on a Jimmy. He's got lifesteal though. It's not the worst.
Shun.
Ooh, bot wave is big though.
Oh, does land.
Oh, he's so low.
Yeah, this should... Oh, actually, Rest looks like he's going down. Arzi coming in. Jinjia cleans it up for himself. As the depth charge now will be used here onto Chelsea. Hook lands onto Gemini. As the Magnet Storm committed, but these carries are untouched. Maple, in fact, going for Jimmy, who will flash away. It's Wako, though. He's fighting the damage. Actually, Shun turns some around, does find the Ivan, but Wako, Killer Instincts into two. Dodges out on the Blade Caller. That was insane. Jimmy, though, look at how many auto attacks he lands onto Arzi.
He's still alive.
I don't even know if I saw Arzi's health move. That's how dreadful this composition was. But well played here from PSG. They do take it and now are tied for first place alongside Beyond.
Wow, I mean, I have to say, I think, you know, we saw earlier in the day that